He did miss several tackles. Danzler, he had the interception. Then we had 2 interceptions on the night. The DBs look pretty good. Linebackers, okay. Defense line needs work. So that's really my points that I've got going on right now. We'll see what happens in week 2. But, hey, it's football. What do you got?
Well, what I liked on defense, first off, I liked Cam Dancer getting that interception. I liked the 35-14 score because, hey, holding that offense to 14 points and then shutting them out the third quarter, I like that. I like that. I mean, because, I just knew that those running backs could break open at any time. I mean, now when I saw Calais, start the game, I was like, well, where the Dope Walk Award watch list guys? Where does Calais come from? Now they got a 3-headed monster in the backfield, and with our defensive line, starting some young guys, I just felt like, if U of L would have kept running the ball, possibly they could have wore us down a good bit. I mean, then Levi Lewis, I've seen this guy play since he was in the 11th grade at Scotlandville High. And what he did against our defense, I've seen him do all throughout his high school career, avoiding tacklers, eluding tacklers, finding ways to find guys open. And that's what he does. That's the type of quarterback he is. He's not a physically imposing quarterback. He's only 5'11", but he found a way to almost lead his team back. But I also did not like the fact that we didn't have any sacks. It says team sack, but we didn't have any sacks. We only had 3 tackles for loss. That means we did not live in the backfield. And even though this was a strong running team, I felt like we should have been able to live in their backfield more. I know we started 2 redshirt freshmen, a senior in Chauncey and a redshirt junior in Marquise Spencer. But I really felt like our talent and depth across the board should have been able to either wear down their offensive line and live in their backfield. So no sacks and not living in the backfield is what I didn't like. Special teams. What did you like?
Well, Tucker Day had a very solid performance. 2 punts down at the 1-yard line, which was amazing. Field goals. Oh, Lordy. I don't even know what to say right there. I really thought he missed that second one, truthfully. Lawless, 1 for 2. It's what I'll take it for our backup kicker. We got to hopefully get our starter back in there this week. Now, the other thing that I did not like, which I almost forgot about, which was the fumble.
Oh, yeah.
I would call it. The kick where the ball rolled up onto his foot.
Yeah, on the punt.
Did not like that. And that's just common knowledge. Stay away from the ball.
Get away from the ball.
Get away. You could tell Deere was not happy with that, and he gave them a little friendly, we'll call it friendly shove to say, hey, watch where you're going next time. So, but that's what I've got on special teams. You got anything else to add on that one?
Here's what I liked. You brought up Malik Deere. Had his swagger back. He only returned 2 punts, but his longest was a 40-yard return, which he almost broke. I also like the kick returns in Zuber and Cole, averaging 18 yards of return. I would like to have more than that. And also, I like the fact that Jordan Lawless, even though I didn't like the fact that he missed that field goal, as I was on the sideline and he walked up to me, and I didn't know he was talking to me. He was talking to me. And I said, man, I tell you what. I said, if UL scores or we get the ball back, I said, you're going to have to ice this game and wait for us if we don't score a touchdown. He's like, yeah, I know. So when he went out there to kick the game icing field goal, I was like, I hope my pep talk worked. You know what I'm saying? Hope my pep talk helped him out. Hope I ain't jinx him. You know what I'm saying? But he made the kick, iced the game, gave us a 2-score lead with time dwindling, and put the game out of reach for us, out of reach for U of L. So I like the fact that Lawless bounced back from their earlier miss. As far as didn't like, of course, the aforementioned fumble by you. I mean, not fumble. Kick coverage team allowing them to return to get the punt, and of course the one missed field goal. Outside of those, we played a pretty good game, a competitive game. A lot of people may feel like, hey, we should have blown this team out, but we're still a very young team defensively. Even though we have a veteran secondary, we have some veterans along the defensive line, but we started 2 redshirt freshmen at the defensive tackle spot. And I really feel like they held their own. They didn't really give up a lot of big runs. They just did not live in the backfield of the Cajuns like I would have liked for them to. So, overall, we got the win. Ready for the next home game, the first home game of the season. Hopefully the injuries are not too severe, because we know we need the offensive line to stay healthy, because we know that's what I liked about our offense is the line. We need those guys to stay healthy. Hopefully they're not hurt too bad and can get ready for game 2. So. Speaking of game 2, Stubbs, I'm gonna let you intro this because I'm gonna let you say this. Go ahead.
All right. So, like I said, game 1, I'll take it. Now we get ready for game 2 this weekend. And good old Southern Miss, the Mustard Buzzards are coming to town.
I love that. The Mustard Buzzards. The Mustard Buzzards. I mean, I think that's one of the funniest nicknames I've ever heard. I'm guessing mustard because they are the Golden Eagles and the color is yellow, and Buzzards because they're the Eagles. I just think that is so hilarious.
I like mustard too.
Yeah, I like USM as well. I have a cousin that's on the coaching staff. So, and guess what? He's coming home. He is a Mississippi State Bulldog. My reason for being a Bulldog fan is coming home to Davis Wade Stadium, where he played for a couple of years on the coach chair, but he's coming home a member of the visitor team. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bittersweet homecoming for him. He probably wants to come home and maybe spoil the Bulldog home opener, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna have to hit him up and say, hey, how's it gonna feel? Where you played your football, college football, coming in as a visitor. I'm pretty sure he's trying to think. I know he coached at Alcorn, but I don't think he was on that staff when Alcorn came to Mississippi State. So I'll have to ask him, has he ever been on the coaching staff as a visitor in Davis Wade? So, the Golden Eagles put a scare in us a couple of years back, so they're going to come into this game ready to play. Now, I got nosy. I went on their message boards, and of course they feel like, oh, the Mississippi State fans, they have a superiority complex. They just think that they're better than us because they're in the SEC. Here's the thing. Some fans may feel that way. I don't. I don't take anyone lightly. I definitely don't take USM lightly, because if we do not execute, they'll leave Davis Wade with a win, which I hope does not happen. So we have to play Mississippi State Bulldog football. And this is going to be the home debut for Tommy Stevens. Going to hear cowbells for the first time. What do you think about this game, Stubbs?
This game scares the hell out of me. It really does. I know their little brother, and we've beat up on them the last couple of years when we've played them. This game it scares me. It's a middle of the day game. Their defense, I'm gonna go out there and tell you they're pretty legit on defense now. I know the first game they only gave up 10 points, and they gave up, I think, maybe like 220 total yards total. So that's what scares me. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I will go on record saying we will win. I don't think it's going to be very much. It might even be less than this Louisiana game, which could possibly send these message boards into overload. I don't know. I'll take a 2-0 start. I don't care how we get it. I'd love to see Colin Hill get another 150 yards.
Well, here's the thing. While they did keep their opponent to 10 points, everyone, if you don't know, I'm a graduate of Mississippi Valley State University and HBCU. And Southern Miss played and defeated Alcorn State University, another HBCU, out of the SWAC 38-10. While Alcorn's defense played tough, I mean, USM was supposed to, on paper, beat them. But here's where I think our defensive line should make an impact. The Braves lived in the Golden Nigger backfield. They had 1 sack and 6 tackles for loss. The USM only had 96 yards rushing on 31 carries. That's only 3.1 yards per carry. So if the Alcorn Brave defense can stymie the USM running game, our defense better sure stymie the USM running game. Now, through the air, they have a pretty good quarterback, Jack Abraham. He threw for 293 yards on Alcorn secondary. So we would definitely have to, ensure that our secondary and our linebackers cover and tackle. I just feel like, hey, look, if the Alcorn Braves defense can live in the backfield of the Southern Miss offense, Mississippi State's defensive line, whether it's a true freshman, redshirt freshman, guy who's never played, if Alcorn can do it, I'm definitely confident that our Bulldog defense can. I mean, I would like to see more rotation. I want to see Aaron Odom get on the field. Yes, he's a Callaway Charter, so yeah, I'm kind of biased with that. So I want to see him get on the field and unleash a little bit, because I think that's where his dad played college football, I think, if I'm not incorrect. I have to fact check that. Y'all, if y'all fact check him, check us, if that's where Aaron Odom's dad played his college ball. I think he did play for USM. So I want to see our defensive line attack. I want to see some blitzing. I want us to pressure Jack Abraham. I want us to hit him because he can throw it if you give him time. So if we execute, we should beat Southern Miss by 21 points or more.
Ooh.
We should. I just feel like we should. I know we struggled late against U of L, but U of L has 3 running backs, 2 that are nationally recognized, where USM does not. And like I said, the Braves lived in their backfield, 6 tackles for loss. So if Alcorn can do it, Mississippi State can. I was
gonna say the Braves I don't think they're gonna lose another game. Like I think their only loss may be to Southern Miss, so we'll see how this works out for everybody. But I barely got us getting over 21 points. No offense to this new established offense. We'll see what happens Southern Miss. I'll give my game time prediction when we get into our next segment. But
so you want to take a quick commercial break?
Yeah, let's take a quick commercial break.
All right, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break with more Maroon Maniacs. Okay, so that's at 28:55.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about KT returning, and then what's happening in sports. We can talk about, Zeke's contract, and then everybody getting paid except for Dak. So when Dak going to get paid, and then we got the pick'ems, football, food, Super Bowl predictions, MSU sports. 27 make roster, 21 on roster 3. Okay. Thank you for that correction, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
All right, we're back. Maroon Maniacs back. And we're talking about the next game, Game 2, the home opener against